Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Lectus Training on Sunday Readings. Today we'll prepare for the readings of February 28, the second Sunday of Lent. These are our reference books, and they make it clear that the first reading is a story, so be sure to pay attention to setting, characters, plot, and dialogue. Abraham responds here to the call of God with a naive and ironic, "Here I am." Stress the word came to suggest the passage of time. Suggest also Abraham's silent struggle to comply. Narrate the action with a knife, one phrase at a time. To say it in one breath would suggest that Abraham was heartless. The pace quickens here. Increase your intensity, not your volume. When calling Abraham's name, stress the second name more than the first. Here, the voice of God is authoritative with pride and compassion blended in. Make eye contact when you say this, which includes the members of your assembly. First reading. A reading from the book of Genesis. God put Abraham to the test. He called to him, "Abraham." "Here I am," he replied. Then God said, "Take your son Isaac, your only one whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. There you shall offer him up as a holocaust, on a height that I will point out to you." When they came to the place of which God had told him, Abraham built an altar there and arranged the wood on it. Then he reached out and took the knife to slaughter his son. But the Lord's messenger called to him from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham." "Here I am," he answered. "Do not lay your hand on the boy," said the messenger. "Do not do the least thing to him. I know now how devoted you are to God, since you did not withhold from me your own beloved son." As Abraham looked about, he spied a ram caught by its horns in the thicket. So he went and took the ram and offered it up as a holocaust in place of his son. Again the Lord's messenger called to Abraham from heaven and said, "I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you acted as you did, in not withholding from me your beloved son, I will bless you abundantly and make your descendants as countless as the stars of the sky and the sands of the seashore. Your descendants shall take possession of the gates of their enemies, and in your descendants all the nations of the earth shall find blessing. All this because you obeyed my command." The word of the Lord. Responsorial Psalm. Your response is, "I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living." I believed even when I said, "I am greatly afflicted." Precious in the eyes of the Lord is the death of his faithful ones. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. O Lord, I am your servant. I am your servant, the son of your handmaid. You have loosed my bonds. To you will I offer sacrifice of thanksgiving, and I will call upon the name of the Lord. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. My vows to the Lord I will pay in the presence of all his people, in the courts of the house of the Lord, in your midst, O Jerusalem. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. In the second reading, the first question and the implied no that answers it is the most powerful declaration of this text. In the final line, stress Christ's constant intercession before the Father. Second reading. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans. Brothers and sisters, if God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own Son, but handed him over for us all, how will he not also give us everything else along with him? Who will bring a charge against God's chosen ones? It is God who acquits us. Who will condemn? Christ Jesus it is, who died, or rather was raised, who also is at the right hand of God, who indeed intercedes for us. The word of the Lord. Verse before the Gospel. From the shining cloud the Father's voice is heard. This is my beloved Son. Listen to him. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Join me again next week for the readings of March 7, the third Sunday of Lent. Until then, goodbye and God bless.